pay bills and.
All right. Who was forgetting something, guys? Go ahead.
We transfer, any of that to pay our bills, but that is where we get the most of our earnings from, would be Trust Indiana. We also have, remaining one certificate of deposit, which sits in Everwise. And as you can see from the investment report, where we have, our earnings, from UCD, and from Trust Indiana in 2025. Questions about the investment report or anything else you'd like?
Questions? Are we approving the report? No. Okay. All right, next we have, thank you, Ms. Dantzler. Next, we have the annual resolution for use of facsimile signature investment of funds and surety bond for the treasurer.
And so this resolution is an annual resolution that allows us to use a facsimile signature, whether it is a stamp or within the system, to sign documents and to sign the checks, which they call warrants. And then we also, so it allows myself and or in my absence, the executive director and in her absence, the chief public service officer to use that facsimile if needed. It also, again, stipulates the investment policy, which is Indiana statute 5-13-9. And it also ensures that I have a surety bond of $100,000 for the library that will be filed with the county, which is also by statute. Yes.
I move that we approve the resolution regarding the use of the facsimile signature.
Mr. Feldman, could I stop you for a moment?
Okay.
Is there any discussion, any questions?
Oh, don't we have to make a motion?
True. Thank you for putting me in check. Go on.
Well, I was just gonna put it on the table.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Anyway, I was just gonna move that we approve the resolution in the board packet regarding use of facsimile signature, the investment of funds, and providing for a surety bond for our treasurer.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Any discussion?
Second.
A second. We need a second. Thank you, Dr. Curtis. It's been moved and seconded to approve the annual resolution. All in favor? No.
Discussion.
I got
It's a
it.
new year. It's a new year. Fine, it's all good.
And I'll start with Ms. Puckett Rengel.
For discussion, open for discussion.
He's,
I say yes, or
hold
I.
on a minute.
It's okay.
I could just leave. You know, I missed one meeting and I fall apart.
It's okay. It's all okay.
Okay, where are we?
So we have a motion and a second, open for discussion.
Open for discussion. Any discussion? Any questions?
I thought we discussed it.
I have a question. I didn't realize this was a every year thing when I was reading it. And I had a question as to why, it was for the investment of funds and the surety bond. And that the title specified only those things and not other things. Does that make sense?
That is the resolution as it had
Always
stood
been.
within, that's how the resolution is for.
It did, when I read it, it was like, well, if we can use our electronic signature, we need to be able to, you guys need to be able to use it. Why is it just for investment funds? Why, I mean, I just read it differently.
Oh, okay, yes,
And
this is for,
just-
in
for-
general.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just read it differently and thought that doesn't make sense in that. And then with that bill coming up in Indianapolis, I thought, if we're doing, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't realize it was ongoing, and I thought, if this is new and it's now, and they're worried about our budget, and we're gonna let somebody else sign just for investments, it just confused. I just wasn't.
You know, I think with this relates to the use of facsimile for warrants, which is basically, I think probably what this is, was my experience has been sometimes bank, but so probably the banks like to have a specific resolution regarding that actually says when it comes to banking items that the treasurer and the executive director are actually authorized to, we're authorized to do facsimiles for that. And with the monies we've got with the, Trust Indiana, I could see that they want to make sure that
Right.
that's,
Well, and to clarify, this for any check written.
right.
Right.
But
Whether it's from our
it's just
investments
banks in
or, yeah.
General, not to
Yeah.
have specific resolutions.
Okay, then after that, I would, that title, and then, that's the person. I just want to make sure we weren't tying ourselves up into something if that bill passed or something, they're gonna start something new that they were gonna rent.
Correct. Right.
It's a standard, it's a standard, template.
Okay, are we ready to vote? Ms. Pocket Ringle,
Okay, now I'll say aye.
Ms. Richards,
Aye.
Dr. Curtis, Ms. Barker,
I,
Mr. Feldbaum,
Aye.
Dr. Garcia,
Aye.
and I say aye. All right, so we can now adjourn the Library Board of Finance meeting. And before we go on to our next meeting, I would like to read a statement welcoming Hillary Barker as the newest member of our library board. Hillary's appointment as a joint selection by the presidents of Union, North, and John Glenn school boards, a frequent patron of our North Liberty branch and a passionate library supporter. Hillary is deeply connected to our community. Her children attend John Glenn schools and she teaches English language learners at Navarre Middle School, where she introduces them to the library by taking them to our Western branch. Welcome, Hillary. Middle school, couple middle school.
great.
Pre-K through 8, but I think that's.
All right, next we will call to order the regular meeting of the library board. To the agenda. I'll be there in a minute. Here we go. And we are, determination of a quorum. Ms. Pocket Ringle, are you present?
Present and my materials are with me.
Ms. Richards? Dr. Curtis? Ms. Barker? Mr. Feldbaum?
I'm present. I've got my packet too.
Dr. Garcia?
Present with my packet.
And I am present with my packet. All right, next we go to the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the consent agenda. Dr. Garcia? Aye.
Well done.
Mr. Feldbaum?
Aye.
Ms. Barker? Dr. Curtis?
Aye.
Ms. Richards? And Ms. Pocket Ringle.
aye.
Next, we have the director's report, Ms. Murphy.
Did you vote on
The director's report,
that? Did you
we voted on the consent agenda,
vote yourself?
and I vote on that. All right. Wow.
I'm sorry.
But we're at something else.
No, but I really hate to look this in it. All right,
When we all know you're not very competent.
all right.
Okay. So the elevator jack was replaced at the main library. We are still waiting on an inspection of that jack before we can reopen that elevator. Patrons were really pleased that we were able to keep this side of the building as well as Studio 304 open, and staff did a great job of making things available to them here, including a computer lab. We had movies going in the auditorium. Some things were checkout, but people could pick up their holds. And there was a quiet workspace in the ballroom, which I was surprised how many people were just hanging out there, getting their work done or their meetings or whatever. So that worked really well. We do have phase 2 of the elevator repairs, which we won't have a date for that until we get the inspection here. But that should not require a closure. They should be able to work on one and then the other should be. We did have a sewer pipe crack in the basement of Maine. Fortunately, the crack was on the top of the pipe, which caused odor but no leaking. So that was, during those repairs, we discovered that pipe was probably more than 50 years old. So we had engineers come and just look at all of our pipes in the basement, and it looks like our stormwater and our sewage pipes in the basement are probably all of that age. So we will meet with the group that did that this week and find out what that means for us. So more to come. TBD. Exciting times. And good news, the project at LaSalle is shaping up very nicely. We're hoping to reopen in early May. The manager who was working there took a job at Chicago Public Library. Oh, good for him. We miss him here, but we've just hired a new manager for that location. He'll start early in February to get onboarded, help us get moved back in, and we're already beginning to plan a grand reopening party. We'll let you know when that is. Western is moving a little more slowly as we continue to wait for the final permits from the city. This weather also doesn't help because they have foundation permits, but it's real hard to do all that stuff when it's, 10 degrees outside. I'm actually really happy Western is majority builders who did Center, and we just had a really good experience with them. So we are trying a new board management software. So that should make creating board packets and minute taking a little more streamlined. So we did on our end, we did that process alongside of our typical process this month. Next month, we'll do that again and show you all. And then depending on how that goes, we're shooting for March for a complete rollout of that. So you'll see more on that. And then I sent the email about SB 4 and SB 8 that will have an impact on how library budgets are approved. The county council already approves all of our debt, as well as any additional appropriations. And then they approve library budgets in certain other situations as well. This Senate Bill 8, which is being heard probably right now or this afternoon sometime, changes when we get picked into binding review. It's long, it's complicated, but essentially if you want to keep up with inflation at all, you will have to go to the county council for binding review of your budget. So we'll see where that goes. And then finally, we hosted our first culturally speaking author of the year. It was Brendan Slocum, who is a musical thriller writer. He was fantastic. We had a really good turnout for that event. You were there.
I was.
You were there.
It was there.
Really an outstanding speaker and a lot of people excited to be there. So that was a fun one. And
So Brendan Slocum did say in the course of his meeting, his presentation, that he loved teaching, and if anyone offered him a teaching job, he would take it. Oh, so of course I offered him a teaching job. And he said we had to do something about this weather. So he declined.
It's worth a shot. He was been there.
Yes.
He is a violinist himself, well, musician, violin, and host of other instruments.
And Dr. Curtis, you did a wonderful job introducing him, and you got to spend time with him alone. How was that?
He's very interesting. And somebody that I would love to see come back. Very engaging, says some great things and some very pointed things about math teachers.
I know.
In particular.
I introduced myself as a math teacher. And he said, and I said, and I was a very good math teacher. He said, anybody is better than the one I had.
I would probably agree with, because I had some bad ones too. But,
Maybe if he comes in the summer, he'll take a job.
well, all things are possible if you
Well,
believe.
what does he have his fourth book coming out? So
Yeah,
I found, Kathy from bringing her books, did bringing up books. She did this give you a crowd, because of the weather, they sold out.
they sold
Oh,
out.
great. That's
That's wonderful.
Yep,
That is wonderful.
so it's good.
All right, next on the agenda is our patron engagement report.
And we have a couple photos, one of the holiday light parade featuring our new mobile library. I was there, it was really cool, but it was really special to see the bookmobile or the mobile library up there for the first time. Very cool. And then the second photo is from the Lakeville Holiday Open House. They always have great turnout, 129 people came. Yay. I know, that's really great. And then for the top titles, they should say 2025 top titles. I got ahead of myself. But these are the top titles for the whole year. So Dave Filkey for children's and Suzanne Collins teen, and then Mel Robbins and David Baldacci for adults. That's for all of 2025. And then moving to page 2 and 3. I just wanted to point out that there were 2 branch renovations in 2025, and that did affect total visitors and circulation. But otherwise, we were strong in early months and summer, the slower activity late in the year. And then moving on to page 5, this is kind of an overview of the whole year. We circulated 2,047,314 items, welcomed 716,513 visitors, ran 2,018 programs with 42,172 attendees, hosted 440 outreach events, and ended the year with 51,716 active cardholders. I think that's a pretty strong reflection of our community engagement. Thank you.
Questions? Thank you for that overview. It sounds like we have a very robust outreach. All right, I will now take a motion to approve or to accept the director's report and the patron engagement report. Ms. Richards moved.
A second.
Dr. Garcia seconded. I'll go this way. Ms. Packard Rangel,
Aye.
Ms. Richards,
Aye.
Dr. Curtis, Ms. Parker,
Aye.
Mr. Feldbaum,
Aye.
Dr. Garcia,
Aye.
and I vote aye. All right, next, do we have any unfinished business?
No, ma'am.
All right, and then in new business, we have nominations and election of officers. And I will turn it back over to you, Ms. Packard Rangel.
All right. We're going to open nominations for our president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. So I will start with the nomination for Ruth Warren for president, if she accepts. Are there any nominations from the floor? Hearing none, we can close nominations for that particular position. Do we vote one at a time? I will ask our attorney. Do we vote one at a time, or can I do the slate one at a time and then vote for all?
One at a time, the roll call for me.
All right, do we move in second?
Move it second.
I move that,
Well,
we did move it, yes, I move that Ruth be elected president,
I
the
second.
re-elected president.
Second for her.
It's been moved and seconded that Ruth Warren be elected president. Ms. Packard Rangel,
Aye.
Ms. Richards, Dr. Curtis, Ms. Barker,
Aye.
Mr. Feldbaum,
Aye.
Dr. Garcia,
Aye.
and I abstain. Okay, next.
Next, we will open nominations for the position of Vice President, Dr. Nicole Garcia. Are there any other nominations from the floor? Hearing none, we will close those nominations.
Do I have a motion to elect Dr. Garcia as vice president? It's been moved by Ms. Richards, seconded by Dr. Curtis. Ms. Pocket Rangel,
Aye.
Ms. Richards, Dr. Curtis, Ms. Barker.
Aye.
Mr. Feldbaum,
Aye.
Dr. Garcia,
Abstain.
and I vote aye.
Good.
Right.
The next position, I would like to open nominations for the secretary, Attorney Alan Feldman. Hearing, you accept the nomination. Are there any other nominations from the floor? I should have said doctor. Okay, fine. Any other nominations from the floor? Hearing none, we will close nominations for the position of secretary.
Do I have a motion that for Mr. Feldbaum to serve as secretary?
So moved.
So moved, second.
Second.
Ms. Richards, second. Ms. Pocket Rangel,
Aye.
Ms. Richards.
Aye.
Dr. Curtis, Ms. Barker,
Aye.
Mr. Feldbaum,
I'll abstain.
Dr. Garcia,
Aye.
and I vote aye.
And last, we have the nomination for treasurer, Anjanette Dantzler. Do we hear any other nominations from the floor? Hearing none, we can close nominations for treasurer.
Do I have a motion to approve Ms. Dantzler as treasurer?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve Ms. Dantzler as treasurer. Dr. Garcia. Aye. Mr. Feldbaum.
Aye.
Ms. Barker.
Aye.
Dr. Curtis.
Aye.
Ms. Richards.
Aye.
Ms. Pocket Rangel.
Aye.
And I vote aye. All right. Next, find the list. We move to the nomination, board appointments for committees.
We lost it when we had to.
Excuse me. Here we go. All right. So the nominations for the committees for 2026 are as follows. For the Finance Committee, the chair will be Mr. Rensberger and the member will. Mr.
Your handwriting.
Mr. Feldbaum, I'm so sorry. I miss him.
The name in the minutes anyway. The artificial intelligence is going to be.
See, it's like, it goes like it goes from the past. Mr. Feldbaum,
Aye, or yes.
okay, and Ms. Richards as the member of the Finance Committee. For the Human Resources Committee, I'm appointing Dr. Curtis, and as a member, Dr. Garcia. For the Public Service Committee, I'm appointing Ms. Pocket Rangel and as a chair and Ms. Barker as the member. And we don't vote.
Great. President appointments.
And you have to accept the appointments is what I'm saying.
They have to accept the appointments,
I'll think it is.
each person.
District.
You know, you can just say aye. I mean,
Do you accept your nominations?
I said,
I
Yeah.
said,
do we have to approve it or that's just an announcement?
that's it.
That's it. The end. You have to accept your nominations. So says the attorney.
Do I have to do anything else?
Don't find anything that feels like.
All right.
All right. Let's see. All right, next we have the certification of internal controls, Ms. Dantzler.
The document is just to certify that, we have done what we need to do for all of the employees are listening and watching.
Say, it, we do what we.
So there's a video that we watch. And
Okay.
it's just saying that the board knows that we are supposed to watch the video and that all of our employees.
Did they watch
the
it?
video.
It's part of the onboarding process.
In
In fact, Ms. Barker, you will be getting a link to that video to watch very soon as well. It's been updated.
Maybe we should watch it.
For fun.
There is actually a new video.
Yeah, no,
So it's a new video. So if you want to watch it again, feel free. But yes, there is a new video.
All right.
So we have to approve this. I move that we approve the annual internal control training certification for 2026.
Well, do we have a second? Thank you, Ms. Barker. It's been moved and seconded that we approve the certification of internal controls. Dr. Garcia?
Aye.
Mr. Feldbaum? Ms. Barker?
Aye.
Dr. Curtis?
Aye.
Ms. Richards? Ms. Papa Ringle?
Aye.
And I vote aye. All right, next, resolution for cancellation of old outstanding checks. Stansel?
So did we miss my financial report?
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Who did?
Oh,
Let me go back
It's
to that.
2026.
Yes, it's 2020.
That's 2026.
Just so that, because some of it rolls into it. So I'm gonna, is that okay? Can I go
you
back?
can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Yes.
thank you. So I'm gonna go back to the financial report. You all can see the, fund report. This is the final 2025 fund report. So those are the balances in each of the funds and, the balance overall. And then the appropriations report, which shows our activity and expenditures for the year. Just note at the bottom, where we are, with materials, wages, and overhead, and we were within our percentages that we needed to be within for the state. And we've been pretty consistent with that since I've been here. So if there's any questions specific to anything on either one of those reports, please let me know. And then, the only other things I want to kind of add, which will tie a little bit into the resolutions that you'll see farther in is, as I said last meeting, I have actually been to 3 meetings where SBOA or the retention office, have given some guidance, on some things that I think that some governmental units may not have known. And so we're making sure that we do those pieces, within SJCPL. So one of those is, you all usually see a couple of times a year that I do transfer, resolutions. They have actually come in and said that transfers between lines that are in we'll call them subcategories, they don't need to come to the board because the accountant here, they're journal entries and they're really just journal entries moving the budget around within those smaller subcategories. Now, if I move something from personnel to capital, the capital line, yes, I need to then bring those to the board, but just a line between 2 salary lines, don't have to bring those. So we won't be bringing those specific things to the board unless we do a major transfer between a fund or between those large categories. So I did put in the board packet exactly what SBOA said and the information from their slideshow. Stephanie and I actually attended that specific meeting. And then you will also see later that there is a list for we usually bring all the warrants that are older than 2 years. Those get basically they are cleared out at the end of the year and then written back and receipted back into the books. Anything that we've sent to a patron. So we do have patron refunds. Somebody pays for a book and then we find the book and then we pay them back for it. If they did not cash the check within 2 years, we have to send that to Indiana Unclaimed. And so we will be adding that process to our processes. I think this is a process that most governmental units did not know about because I heard it on the school board meeting last week. So I'm like, I think no one knew that governmental units were supposed to send patron checks that had not cleared in 2 years back to unclaimed. So we are already starting that process, and we will be sending that along the way. So other than that, that's all I have for the financial report, and then we'll go into the resolutions unless you all have questions on the actual financial report.
I do have a question, because I'm looking at the list of. So in other words, I'm gonna pick out Zima because I'm the president of the board.
Yeah,
So then in other words, they received a check, they never cashed it.
correct. And it was at least 2 years old.
Yes.
So now it's stale. If they go to the bank, they can't cash it anyway, so we have to write it off. So, yeah.
That's my question. So are they notified that at some point in those, that 2 years, 3 years, I guess they can?
They have not been, that has not been the process.
Okay.
So we have not gone back in and contacted people to tell them you got a stale check. That has not been the process.
Okay.
Any
Would
other
that be-
question?
I'm sorry, would that be advisable or not, or we just not?
I don't think that there's not any specific guidance on it. We could potentially add that into our process. Just have to see how that kind of works.
Okay,
We have not done that before.
I'm good.
Anybody else?
Will CompuSystems be very angry, or would they ever try to sue the library for that money, or the $4,000, that's a lot of money.
They probably would not be able to sue the library for it because we did,
Wait 2 years.
pay the invoice. We sent the payment, they did not cash it. So really the onus, of where it is on them. It's not on us.
And we're also required by law to go
Yes.
through this process.
I would say as an accountant, if I had a $4,000 check that I was supposed to give for an invoice
Right.
and it never cleared in 2 years, I think the onus is on them.
Yeah.
Of missing in a bank reconciliation, $4,000 that they never cashed. So,
What are they?
say that again.
What is the CompuSystem?
Oh, that I don't know. It will probably, I would have to look and see what I can find out.
Karen might know.
Yes, it's one of our contractors for IT that used to have, don't have any.
Maybe
It'll probably before my.
Oh, and that's possible that they went out of business
It
too.
may not be in business.
But if I could, if we could do the financial report approval and then move on to the ODOT soon.
Absolutely. And, you know, I had a conversation with Ms. Stansler where she told me that when people don't follow Robert's Rules of Order, she gets heart palpitations. So I'm very sorry. All right, so we need a motion to accept the financial report.
I move.
Dr. Curtis moved,
Second,
second. Ms. Pocket Ringel. Ms. Pocket Ringel, now I'm going to take the vote. Ms. Pocket Ringel,
aye.
Ms. Richards, Dr. Curtis, Ms. Barker,
Aye.
Mr. Feldbaum, Dr. Garcia,
Aye.
and I vote aye. All right, next.
So
Now the resolution to cancel all outstanding checks.
So this is a standard resolution that we must, as she said, that we must do. And we have till March 1st, but it's usually easier for us to just go ahead and do it. Okay.
Actually, we also learned it doesn't need to be a resolution. It needs to be presented to the board, but we've always done a resolution. So since we just learned that, we're doing the resolution again and we'll see what happens next year. But we do need to minimally present these warrants to the board, these old outstanding checks.
And
Correct.
some of these are patrons and the patrons you'll be,
Yes, so I would say, if you all look at the list and I think starting at, check number 9427, I believe those are patron. There may be a few patrons that are mixed in there. But the patron ones will be, those will go to unclaimed, Indiana unclaimed.
and we don't need to say anything about that.
No. And as Stephanie said, Technically, we just have to give you the list. There is actually nothing that you have to vote, but because it's a resolution, we'll go ahead and vote on it. But really, we just have to present it and let you know that there are checks that are older than, 2 years. And then going next year, we will just present the list and then we will just move forward. But yeah, there's nothing we have to do. That's all on our end. We have to send an Excel sheet and we already have an account set up. And then we also do have to actually send a check to Indiana Unclaimed. So if, let's just say, the first person on the list then says that they go out there and find their $3 that they were owed, they will then ask for the $3 from Indiana Unclaimed. We don't have to fiddle with that. We just have to send the check for that amount to Indiana Unclaimed. So that's the additional piece that we have.
So those amounts won't actually be added back to our accounts because you're sending them to Indiana Unclaimed.
Right, correct, for the patron.
Right, right.
Correct, yes.
All right. I would like a motion to approve the resolution for cancellation of old outstanding checks.
I motion
Ms. Richards moved. Do I have a second?
I second it.
Ms. Barker seconded. Ms. Pringle,
Aye.
Ms. Richards,
Aye.
Dr. Curtis,
Aye.
Ms. Barker,
Aye.
Mr. Feldbaum,
Aye.
Dr. Garcia,
Aye.
and I vote aye. All right, next, Ms. Stansel.
So the next one is a resolution for transfer of funds. And there is also a question from the attorney. Did we approve the financial report?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, because the whole Robert's Rules of Order thing.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so are we the transfer of funds to, okay, so, we, budget a dollar amount to move into our self-insurance, reserve fund. This is the resolution to move, again, because it is a large, it's coming from, one fund to another fund. You do need to, approve the moving of, those dollars into the self-insurance.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve? I just lost my.
So moved.
Here we go. To approve the resolution to transfer from operating to self-insurance. Dr. Curtis made a motion,
I second.
second by Ms. Richards. Dr. Garcia. Mr. Feldbaum.
Aye.
Ms. Barker.
Aye.
Dr. Curtis.
Aye.
Ms. Richards.
Aye.
Ms. Pocket Ringle.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Motion passes. Next, resolution to encumber operating funds.
Okay, so, then we'll have another one for, another fund, but it's kind of the same explanation. At the end of the year, if we have open purchase orders, that we can then pay, early in the year. We need to encumber those funds so that we can use 2025 dollars for those versus 2026. This is the list of all of the purchase orders that were still open at the end of the year. And we are asking to be able to encumber those.
Any questions? Do I have a motion to encumber these funds?
So moved.
And second,
Second.
it's been moved and seconded to pass a resolution to encumber the operating funds. Dr. Garcia,
Aye.
Mr. Feldbaum.
Aye.
Ms. Barker,
Aye.
Dr. Curtis, Ms. Richards,
Aye.
Ms. Pocket Ringle.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Motion passes. Next, resolution to encumber rainy day funds.
And again, it's the same explanation, 2025 funds, purchase orders that were still open at the end of 2025 that can be paid with $2025 in 2026.
Do I have a motion to pass this resolution? Ms. Barker?
Second.
Mr. Feldbaum, second. Ms. Pocket Ringle,
Aye.
Ms. Richards,
Aye.
Dr. Curtis,
Aye.
Ms. Barker,
Aye.
Mr. Feldbaum,
Aye.
Dr. Garcia.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Motion passes. Next, resolution to encumber rainy day.
To train.
I did that. Resolution to transfer from operations.
So we are able to, move up to 10% of our budget, from, operating to rainy day. Really at any time during the year, we just choose to do it, at the beginning and at this meeting. And so we are, moving, $500,000 from operating into rainy day this year is what we're asking.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to pass the resolution to transfer from operating to rainy day fund. Any questions? All right, Dr. Garcia,
Aye.
Mr. Philbon,
Aye.
Ms. Barker,
Aye.
Dr. Curtis,
Aye.
Ms. Richards,
Aye.
Ms. Pocket Ringel,
Aye.
and I vote aye. Motion passes. Next change order.
So this is a change order for our Western renovation project. It is a deduction, so it is a cost savings to us of $87,000 and, $87,076. This is value engineering. So for example, for those mechanical units, we just changed from one brand to another and realized this cost savings. And that's what we did down the line here.
All right, any questions? Do I have a motion to approve this change order?
I motion.
Ms. Richards moved, second.
Second.
Dr. Garcia, second. It's been moved and seconded. Taking the vote, Ms. Pocket Ringel,
Aye.
Ms. Richards,
Aye.
Dr. Curtis,
Aye.
Ms. Barker,
Aye.
Mr. Philbon,
Aye.
Dr. Garcia,
Aye.
and I vote aye. Motion passes. All right, do we have any other business? Do we have any visitors?
Yeah.
Okay, let me read this first, sir. At regular meetings, the public is invited to address the board during the public comment of the agenda. Individuals may only speak once for 3 minutes during this time. Each individual must use their own allotted time. It can't be given to another speaker. If you wish to give public comment, you must sign in at the beginning of the meeting. When your name is called, speakers may approach the podium. They shall properly identify themselves by stating their name and address for the record. Personnel issues are not to be addressed during open sessions of the library board. Please be respectful during the comment period. This includes not interrupting others and ending your comments when your time is up. Since the board acts as a unified body and not as individual members, the board listens but does not respond to public comment. Ms. Plummer?
Lauren Richards.
I just, Rhonda is supposed to have a presentation at, I think it's Senate Township Library, the one on the corner of, Miami and Kern, I think it's Senate, I don't remember. Anyway, she was supposed to have it, she was in the hospital, so that fell on me to have it. And I just wanted to thank the staff for doing such a good job of helping me get everything set up. Cause I have no clue what I'm doing. Not only did they set up their stuff, they helped me figure out her computer, so I just want to thank them.
He was FaceTiming me and wasn't coming in, so I could even see what he was trying to do pictures, and I wasn't in any condition to try to help. But they were awesome.
Thank you so
Good.
much.
Thank you, sir.
Well, Rhonda, will you pass that along? Your
I'm
time,
doing
please?
a class on biblical citizenship there for 6 weeks, and it was the first class that year I was in the hospital, so he went to do it, and it's just,
We'll make sure the manager there gets
yeah.
the kudos.
Thank you. Are there any other
Maybe using the internet.
speakers?
Oh, cool.
Any other speakers? Okay, next we have a presentation by Grace Downey.
And Grace Downey is our Reader's Advisory Librarian. She's pretty awesome. She's connecting people to books as part of her day-to-day job. So she's going to talk to us about a community-focused readers advisory and what that looks like as part of our strategic plan for 2026.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm Grace Downey. I work in customer service here at the main location. And like Stephanie was saying, my job is connecting patrons with books that are of interest to them and also being involved in different library programming and doing customer service as well on the desk. So my presentation today is about a new initiative called Community Focused Readers Advisory, which really hits on our strategic priorities of access, people, and literacy. What does that mean? That is a good question. So Readers Advisory in our community. Readers Advisory in a general sense is just providing book recommendations to patrons. Currently, we do this mainly through programming at the library or through on-desk interactions. The idea behind Readers Advisory in the slide, sorry. The idea behind Readers Advisory in the community is emphasizing the community part of this equation and meeting patrons where they're at to provide Readers Advisory and opportunities for emotional connection. I would say that books will be the foundation of this connection. It's easier to connect with someone if you have something in common. In this case, it would be the books. These are, can you go to the, awesome, yeah. These are the Readers Advisory services we currently provide. So we have the Culturally Speaking Author Talk series that Brendan Slocum just came for. We have the BookCon event, which happens every March, where local authors come in and they can connect with readers. They can sell their books directly. We also have Bring Their Books Come and connect with the community there as well. We have our home delivery service, which has its own librarian that manages that, where books are brought to patrons at their homes, either because of age or disability. We have Summer Reading Club, and we also have the Next Great Read personalized book recommendations that patrons can request on the website or with forms at the library. But that requires you to already know that exists. I will also note that requests have risen from 2024 to 2025, with many people repeating this service. We also have book clubs, which are both staff-led and patron-led, and we have just off-the-cuff customer service-based Readers Advisory. So the goal, bringing Readers Advisory services to patrons. This is the new initiative. These are the ideas I'll be pursuing in 2026 to get this rolling. One of those ideas is having book clubs at senior living facilities. So going into the facility, seeing what books the patrons are interested in reading, and then having a discussion with them. We have a meeting coming up with Southfield, which is actually the retirement community right by the Center Branch, to discuss their residents' needs. They have a new activities director, and we're going to meet with them and talk about what they want to see at their location and work with the library. We're also going to have programs taking place at public locations like parks and bookstores, where people can just drop in and talk books. We'll be sharing upcoming titles at the library, big names that people might be interested in getting on the holds list for, and having some locally provided food and drinks. I'm also really interested in doing a community art installation of some kind or experience at all the locations so patrons can share what they're reading. People are really interested in knowing what the community is reading. I like to say, two kinds of readers. There's readers that want to be a part of a movement, and there's readers that want to start a movement. So this would really cater to the group of readers that want to know what other people are doing, and we could have some kind of visual installation at the branch. Also, I'll be collaborating with community services at outreach events, including with the Dream Machine. I've met with Mel a couple times about this, to talk about how to create like a mobile reading hotspot, sort of, where people can come and discuss books with the backdrop of the beautiful Dream Machine or with outreach staff. Any questions?
That sounds really lovely.
Thank you. How do you do the personalized book recommendation? Yeah, so that's called the Next Great Read service. And there's a form that you can fill out so that all of the service tests. There's also a form online that you can fill out, and it goes to me, and I either then assign it to a member of the Readers Advisory Committee, or I will address the request myself. And how that works is there's a bunch of questions, and it'll say like, what's your name, your library card, your contact info, but then also books you've read recently and enjoyed and what you're in the mood to read. And the more info people give, the easier it typically is to give them recommendations. We have some people that have done this 4 or 5 times. They just really love the service and think it's really neat. I got a repeat person today send me an email saying he wants his 4th round of recommendations. And that was really, really exciting. So, yeah, just a way to give people a personal connection and a voice in the kind of books they want to see in the collection and what they want to read about.
So it's kind of like St. Joseph County Public Library thinks you would like.
Yeah, and they'll give us some info like, oh, like, for example, this patron today really was interested in American history and British history. So I've gotten to know him a little bit through back and forth emailing, and then I'll send him different book recommendations and he lets me know if he liked them or not. And so far, probably 80% have been winners of the 20 I've sent him, which is pretty good, so.
What is the Dream Machine? You mentioned-
The Dream Machine is the book hauler.
Okay.
It's a new mobile library.
Oh.
So, and I want to just tell you all, you may have seen Grace in some of our social media. She always does a great job there. She recently wrote the article on her website about those top books that circulated in 2025. She does a fabulous job as our Reader's Advisory Librarian. I see you, Grace. You do such a good job. And I also want to put in a plug for the money that we spend for professional development. So Grace has done this job so well inside. It was at ALA. I was standing in line with a librarian who had a big, giant box of books. And I'm like, I don't like to take too many books because you got to haul them home. And I started talking with her. What are you doing with all those books? She does Grace's job in California. So I was able to connect the two of them, and she does a lot of this reader's advisory out in the community. And so that's what sort of their conversation sort of sparked this along. So the money that we spend on professional development, I think really does pay off for our patrons and our community. So thank you, Grace.
Thank you.
I really love the nursing home.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I think it'll be a real need in the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next library board meeting will be held Monday, February 23rd, right here at 4:15. We are now at the adjournment phase. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make an announcement first.
Oh, please.
Me too.
I gave, just think I just last week. The Reverend Morris, extension opens officially, but opens now, it's open now. The ribbon cutting is February 6th, 11 o'clock. And the historic part, as we call it now, to the new part. And the program that I'm running is got equity in the arts, and so this is our things that we're doing up until March right now. These are all free to the public. And so I would encourage you to, I'll leave some of these, but Stephanie too, we'll have more of these, give to people to come down. And if you guys want to tour the facility, I'll be glad to give it to you. It's now open and you can walk through and see all the new space. We have 20,000 square feet of new space, and it's really spectacular. So we opened this weekend, so February 6th at 11 o'clock, please come down to Morris. And there's a community reception that night. We're also opening our first exhibition, which is the costumes of B. Ritchie, who designs costumes for Zima. And she's doing a thing called Feeling Blue. So they're all African costumes about feeling blue. So it's going to be I have a lot of work to do still, but please come in and enjoy us.
Dr. Curtis, you are a treasure to this community, and I say that very sincerely.
I'm supposed to be retired.
You wouldn't know what to do.
I know.
Okay, Ms. Piper Engel, you had an announcement?
Well, we just haven't mentioned it, and I can't encourage people enough to attend Science Alive, which is the first Saturday of February. And maybe Stephanie can talk more about it, but it is the event of the year. I mean, it's always so wonderful.
Thank you, Christine. We'll have almost 3,000 people come through this building. We'll have science experiments going on from everyone from the University of Notre Dame Rocket Club to I think last year we had a petting zoo. And then we have stage shows going on all day long. What is that woman? Oh, Katie the chemist, who's also,
Awesome.
She came to
our school.
yeah, she'll be doing 2 shows. February 7th, she'll be doing 2 shows in the afternoon. In the morning, we have one of the news channels does weather.
That's so cool.
And then there's one other show, Potawatomi Zoo. And is there one more, Adam?
There is one more. I was just on one second.
Anyway, great fun for kids all day long and really extends our reach well outside of the county. People come and they go to Science Alive, they eat lunch downtown. It's really a great thing for our community.
Right, thank you. Any other announcements? Right, in that case, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Dr. Garcia moved, Mr. Feldbaum seconded. I'll take a vote. Ms. Pocket Rengel,
Aye.
Ms. Richards, Dr. Curtis, Ms. Barker, Mr. Feldbaum, Dr. Garcia, and I vote aye. Thank you all.
Realtors.